Derek Shore.
And I'm Jennifer Broom. Welcome to Houston Life, and today's show is all about the home.
That's right. Interior designer Marie Flanagan joins us now with 5 easy ways to freshen up any space in your home. Marie, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
And I have to say, your Instagram rocks. It is absolutely fantastic. And you've got 5 ideas for us.
Yes, especially with the holidays coming up, we wanted to give the viewers 5 easy ways that they can transform their home quickly.
This is great too, because Marie, you specialize in high-end residential and commercial spaces.
That's right.
So you're not charging us for giving us this free advice. I just want to point that out. So what is the first design tip you have for us?
The first design tip is adding architectural interest in your home. And I really believe that a great interior is not just about the beautiful furniture and decor that you have in a space, but it's also how it's integrated into the architecture and the architectural details. So we're going to take a look at some of the ways we can do this, because there's so many easy ways to incorporate it. Like, for example, this before and after picture, we had an amazing client who wanted a masculine study, something really accented, so he could work and also host clients.
It's amazing to me, though, how much bigger those windows look in the after picture.
Yeah, and really the only thing that we changed here was adding some architectural paneling throughout the walls. And it really accents the space and creates that masculine look that the client wanted.
And Marie, what is that? Is the panels that you put on the wall that we see, it looks like they're painted gray. What exactly is that material?
It's made out of wood and a molding detail. And by painting the entire space gray, you can see in the before picture it was a much higher contrast. And in the after picture, it really, the monotone color helps the texture of the architectural paneling really stick out.
It's a beautiful room. Now moving on to playing with color and patterns and texture in a room.
Yeah, color specifically is one of the fastest and easiest ways to transform a room quickly. And
well, I was seeing in the architectural design, seeing a lot of the gray showing up. Is that like one of the hot colors that more and more people are trending to instead of just white or ivory?
Yeah, you know, we specialize in more timeless classic interiors, and I typically tell people a great tip is to start with a base of classic neutrals and then infuse color in accessories, in art, in blankets and things.
Okay, let's get into the kitchen. We just saw the before picture and now the after. Wow, was that the same kitchen?
What
it doesn't look like it at all.
Well, in here you can see a mixture of both tips. This is really, you can see the architectural opening. We really looked at the architecture and expanded that archway, allowing the natural light to come in, because this family really loved kind of an indoor-outdoor entertaining atmosphere. Really helped transform the space.
And Marie, your style of refined elegance and innovative simplicity, I can really see that in the architectural design. It's amazing to me how you're transforming the kitchen and now the bedroom. But we were talking about this before the show, how we like that you use some of the pieces in the original bedroom just in a different way.
Yeah, that's right. We really try and, you know, we want the space to be a reflection of the people who live there, so we really try and honor the pieces that they've collected over time and refresh them in a whole new way.
Now, I know we're talking about architecture, but I can't help but notice the trend that it seems that lighter colors, white, you know, we just saw those beautiful white quartz countertops in that kitchen. Is the trend leaning toward a lighter color palette and then just working in the darker woods and the, you know, bright pops of color?
You know, I would say mostly we do kind of work in a light, bright color palette, but we do love a dramatic dark space. I mean, we'll do a lot of blacks, a lot of navies, and you'll see some of that in the images to come.
Wow,
I am loving. Okay, I'm a huge orchid fan in any room at all. I love the purple against the silvers and the grays and those greens, and just, oh, look at that beautiful room with the play on color, pattern, and texture.
Yeah, you can see how we really transformed the room using color. It was really just kind of a beige room before, beautiful outdoor view.
I would call that the boring room before.
No, what's great about this too, though, is that because we're talking about color specifically, painting a room is such a quick way to dramatically change it, and a can of paint is not that expensive.
It really is. It really is. It's a really inexpensive way to completely change a room.
Now, what are we looking at here? That's a bathroom, clearly.
Little powder room.
That's
yeah,
right.
you
This
replaced
is a formal
everything
powder.
from the vanity to the mirror on the wall, and you added those sconces too.
Right, we really tried to layer in texture. You can see the seagrass wallpaper behind has some beautiful nail heads, and we layered it in front of a custom concrete vanity to really give it that formal powder, something special.
I love the texture of the wallpaper. Is that a big trend of textured wallpapers?
Definitely. I would say we're seeing a lot of natural fibers, a lot of textures, a lot of kind of faux finishes.
And those blue chairs are phenomenal.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't normally see that.
Here's also an example of what you were just talking about, Marie, where you have a dark room and it looks like this is blended. You have dark paint on the walls, but it looks like some white wainscoting there.
Exactly, and we incorporated the white wainscoting, which you can see in the before picture, but this was a great example of using even a monotone color palette. This was a chef's dining room, and he really wanted a dramatic background to all of his parties, and we were able to use blue in so many different ways, in the seagrass wallpaper, in the silk dining chairs, to create a graphic look.
So Marie, you're talking color, we've talked texture, but let there be light. I know I'm one of those that loves to have the natural light coming in.
Yes, natural light is one of my favorite sources, obviously, unless we're trying to sleep in on Saturday.
True.
But there's 4 different types of lighting that you can incorporate into a space. And in my opinion, lighting is one of the most important things because it really affects how you see and experience color and texture. We've all seen that perfect paint color in our friend's house and then tried to use it.
So maybe don't skimp on the lighting?
Don't skip on the lighting.
But is there, I mean, the rooms that we're seeing now, they seem to naturally get a lot of natural light. So do you recommend people do away with those heavy curtains unless they're being used as room darkening shades? I mean, what's the key to letting more light into a space short of putting in new windows?
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of these you'll see, like, we'll remove the plantation shutters, let the natural light filter in. There's so many different window treatments that you can use to really help filter the light, help the functionality of the space.
Gosh, these pictures and video are just so gorgeous.
They are. And you know, I think a lot of people are afflicted with the problem of just too much stuff. In their space. Yes. So with your professional eye, what can you tell us about editing down a space and getting rid of some of those pieces to just clean it out?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think editing is one of the biggest tools somebody can use to help your space feel curated. And I think people don't need to get caught up in feeling like every wall needs to be filled or every console needs to be covered with accessories. I think there's so much beauty and simplicity. And you can even see in this before and after, there was a niche, there's 6 niches, so obviously the tendency would be to fill them all. But what we did is just basically cover up most of them with sheetrock and then just create one big beautiful one where we were able to thoughtfully curate the accessories that meant the most for the space.
Oh, I see. Yeah, all of those different little cubby holes in that wall made it look very disjointed. Now, what about this room here?
Amazing the difference in the before and after on that one.
This one is more like editing your life, right? This was a formal living room that the client never even stepped foot in. So she was like, you know what? My husband loves to entertain. We love having coworkers over. So why not just transform the space into a formal dining room?
Now, what about layering the love? What's that all about? Layering the love. What does that even mean? This is our 5th tip.
Yeah, the 5th tip is layering, which you'll often hear me say, I love a space that feels layered and collected over time. And how we typically achieve layering is really by mixing styles. You know, if you have a traditional home, you don't need to feel like you have to fill it with traditional furniture. And the same goes for a contemporary home. I love bringing in the different mix of textures and furniture. It really makes the space feel interesting.
Well, these are absolutely
beautiful. I feel like I'm learning
beautiful.
So much today.
Beautiful pictures, by the way. This makes me want to do a little weekend project. What is this space we're looking at right now? I mean, again, I think we're seeing the trend of light paint colors in some cases, cleaning out a space that maybe has too much stuff. But if someone really is feeling inspired but at the same time sort of overwhelmed looking at these beautiful images right now, what's one last piece of advice you would give to just the average person out there who wants to change a room and doesn't know where to begin?
I would say first start by looking around, edit the pieces that you love, keep the pieces that are really a story about you and your family, and then simplify. I think there's so much beauty in simplicity, and you can see in a lot of these images that so much beauty comes in with just natural light and simple tones.
I love that. Edit your life first. Get down to those things that you love. Marie, thank you so much for joining us. Now, to connect with Marie, you can visit marieflanagan.com.